Now, the reason I'm doing this next lecture is because it kind of goes along with, I'm trying to help you to be able to do your things better, okay? So this lecture is called Visuals. Visuals and bulletin boards and how to do them properly, all right? So you're gonna be coming into my room doing a bulletin board. There's a lot more than just putting stuff up on a board, all right? Roman number 1, I am an outline person. I'm sorry, it helps me to be detailed and it helps me to make sure I don't forget anything. So hopefully it helps you with your note taking too, to understand what I'm saying. But Roman number 1, why do we do bulletin boards? Because I'm a teacher and if I don't put one up by the new month, I get a $5 fine. No, that's not why we do them, all right? Why do we do them? The first reason should be we do them for the Lord. Everything that you do should be for the Lord. It doesn't matter what it is. Remember, you have to have that foundational thought. You're serving the Lord. Everything is for the Lord. And shouldn't He get our best? He should. That's a sad thing. People say, oh, it's just for the bus route. The kids won't know. Yes, they do. Oh, it's just for, they know. Do your best. It's for the Lord. The second reason I do a bulletin board is to cultivate good work. There's nothing better than to watch a child come into the classroom in a new week, and the weekends come, all the old papers have been taken down, and new papers are up. And those kids usually get themselves in trouble because instead of going right to the bookshelf, putting their stuff up, they go, and on the way they say, new papers, is mine up there? They're looking for their papers. Now, don't you think that's a good way and a good incentive of having the kids want to do better? Ooh, you might get your paper up on the bulletin board. That's an incentive. So I use my bulletin boards, I use my visuals. If you put up a bulletin board and you never talk about it, you never look at it, you never do anything with it, it's useless. Why have it there? Make your bulletin boards useful. So you cultivate good work with it. And the third thing, I have a bulletin board to set the atmosphere. It's the beginning of the school year. Welcome to our school. And I have a pond with their school of fish. Or I have the big roundup. And I have a Western board and my class is being rounded up in the pen, okay? You can set the atmosphere in your classroom. Okay, so I have bears in my classroom. So my bulletin board has bears. I have bears and apples. I have bears and apples hanging from the ceiling. I have a visual over here that's apples and there's bear. I have apples and bears all over my classroom. What did I do? I set the tone. I set the atmosphere. And the kids come in and they're like, looking at everything. I want them to like school. I have a little boy. He's been homeschooled. Okay, they all have been homeschooled this first year in school. Yesterday I heard he came in today. He walked in the door. Yesterday I heard. He walked in the door and he went, can't I just go back home? And the teacher went, oh no, you don't want to go home. We're going to have so much fun in school. So he comes in, they're in Bible time. And she's asking for prayer requests. Yes, you have a prayer request? Ma'am, can you pray that we would start liking school, please? I was like, oh, bless his heart. He's been homeschooled. You get out of bed, you eat breakfast, you're in your pajamas and you have school, okay? You never have to go anywhere. It's not a long day. It's a big change for a first grader. So you try to make it enjoyable. They come in, they see a lot of things. I have a little scale on my desk, and when I heard that he was having a rough day yesterday, I have boy bears and girl bears there, and just random times throughout my classes I say, oh, you're sitting so good, go back and do the spinner. So they spin, and the spinner has big bear, little bear, tiny bear, and they spin it, and whichever bear they pick, they get to put it in the weight, and we see who's been better all day in my class, boys or girls. And so right now the boys are weighing it down, but when they do, they get to pick a gummy bear out because they were good enough to go do the spinner. Just something. It's the atmosphere in my room, and you find things. Kids are being really good. You see them sitting there trying hard. Go spin. Let's see who's going to get farther. Okay? Atmosphere, it helps a lot. Okay, so why do we do the bulletin boards? We do them for the Lord. We cultivate good work, and we set the atmosphere in our classroom. How do we do them properly? Roman number 2. How do we do them properly? You know, I've seen, I can spend so much time sometimes on a bulletin board, and I'm so excited about it, and then I go and put it up, and I step back and I say, that just didn't really turn out like I wanted. And then other times, I'm pushed for time, and I'm pulling stuff together. I'm thinking, oh my word, this is not, well, at least it'll get me through, and then I'll change it tomorrow if I have to. And I get in there and I get it put up. It's like, wow, that's one of the better ones I've done. I had to do it on the fly more often. No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. But there are certain ways that you do things that will either do them right, or you can just do them average. And the sad thing is, a lot of people are comfortable with average. And you know what? I'm going to get ahead of myself, but students look at you. They don't look at what you say. They look at what you do. They look at what you put up in front of them. They look at your life. They look at your movements, your mannerisms. They're looking at what you do, and they're going to do that. So are you putting your best foot forward for them? Because they will too. Are you just saying, oh, they will too. And you're going to be getting papers that are, okay? So how do we do them properly? 5 things. I'll probably only get to 2 of them. Make them big, bright, and simple. We've heard that, haven't we? I'm going to repeat a lot of stuff throughout the year because it's the important things, and if I can just get you to do them, it'll make your student teaching. That's the ultimate goal, right? To get ready for student teaching? No. The ultimate goal is to get you ready to go out and serve. But first we have to hit this baby step. You'll help your student teaching. Get this stuff. Use order. Don't just go in and say, okay, I want to do bears, and so I'm just going to throw bears up on the board. No. Have an order to it. Use originality. You know where I get my ideas? Same place you do. From other people. I'm going to talk about that. But then I take that idea that I find, I'll find a picture, I'll say, oh, that would make a really cute bulletin board. And so I take a picture and then I tweak it and make it mine. Use originality. Don't just use everything. You are not me. You're not going to take my bulletin boards and make them exactly like me. You are not Mrs. Haiti, who is the best teacher in my opinion. If you were smart, you would go right now, and every month you would go to every classroom, snap a picture of their bulletin boards. It is a wealth of ideas. Okay? So use order. You can get your ideas from other people, but make it yours. Use originality. Next thing, have a design. You have to put it on paper first. Think it through, have a design, and then do it. It saves so much time. It really does. A little bit of planning saves a lot of time in the processing of it. And then have a purpose. Everything we do has to have a purpose. Have a purpose. Okay?